BetOnline is your number one source for all your summer sports this season, from MLB, golf, NBA, and NHL playoff stats. All the latest stats, news, and scores are available to you to follow your favorite teams. So get the latest odds and lines, including the latest team matchups, player props, and odds on just about every sport out there. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to get in the action. BetOnline, where the game starts. All right, so another exciting angle. Backstage, Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark were interviewed by Kathy Kelly, who identified them as the number one contenders for the women's tag team title. She actually asked if they feel more confident knowing they'll face Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. They expressed confidence, and the Stark said they'd never met them and should invite them to Raw. Sonya Deville showed up and said Baszler and Stark were talking like they were champions, and she said they would be with her help. Baszler ran through her credentials and told Deville to walk away unless she wants to go to rehab again. Deville said she respects Baszler's accomplishments, but she doesn't think the locker room does. Then Baszler and Stark walked away and encountered Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. I haven't seen them in a while. The Fire recalled Baszler and Stark claiming they'd beaten every team while pointing out they'd never beaten her and Dawn. Deville returned and said, like I said, no respect. All right.
So it looks like she's going to end up being their manager.
Right. Let me tell you another thing they've been doing on the show. Because they're doing good soap opera storytelling for each angle, there's multiple times during the show, like you got to really pay attention when there's an backstage interview going on, because you got to look at the background and see if there's characters in conversation, which are like breadcrumbs for later on. Have you noticed that? Yeah. They've been doing a lot of that lately, which is, because they know where they're going. They put a little nibble out there. And they can, so it's just, they're leading the fans. They're making the fans. It's kind of funny because
it's great storytelling.
Well, the funniest thing is Dave was on a rant the other day, talked about how AEW has too many storylines in there and it's hard to follow, right?
What?
Which is the most ridiculous thing. But let me tell you this too. This was literally, and I used to get aggravated at this back in the day. The dirt sheet guys.
Okay, stop 1 second. Without getting mad. Hey, Joe.
Yes.
When we have Brian Alvarez here, I want to ask him that question. What storylines could Dave be referring to?
Well, that's Dave, because Brian's complete. Bro, if you listen to Brian and Dave on clips lately, Brian's he's at his wits' end.
I want him to tell me what story Dave's talking about.
Right. Well, just Dave's talking about saying that AEW has too many stories and it's hard to follow.
Which ones are they?
Okay, I'd like to know, right? So, But the thing is, they used to do this back in the day. When Russo's booking, they would say they're like these dirt sheet guys who do the reviews of the shows. I would make fun of their reviews, right?
Right.
When they were talking about, I did this too confused. I'm like, dude, speak for yourself. If you can't follow a wrestling show and think there's too many things happening in the storylines, go watch an episode of 24. Go watch an episode of Breaking Bad. Go watch all these other shows that have high ratings and people are following along, because it doesn't matter if you can remember the stories. There's so many good content coming at you, like on a weekly basis. They continue the story and remind you what happened the week before.
Yeah, Sons of Anarchy, Games of Thrones.
Everything was like
Wire.
Like you're trying to tell me wrestling there's too many stories to follow. That's an embarrassing statement to make, right?
Right.
So, but what they're doing here,
especially when the opposite is true.
Right.
Just real quick, because you're talking Alvarez, so I put up on the K100 Facebook that he was returning. And I want you guys to hear some of the comments. And this, to me, is the kind of comments Dave would get, or even Tony Khan if he decided to do a show. People would, So this guy says, this will be good. He'll have a respectful discussion with Disco. Kind of respect him now for coming on. Should be an interesting show. Is this April Fool's? I hope he does a better job selling his knee. And anybody want to go faster is the other one.
Yeah.
So it gets you a little respect when you know what I mean?
Yeah, because here's the thing.
Because I thought, and I was wrong, and I think I told him, I thought since Dave didn't want to come on, he didn't want to come on. And I was absolutely wrong.
No, me and Alvarez are cool. Like
I didn't know that, bro.
We've always been. Well, we actually like a couple years ago. He booked me on one of the a show they did. We tagged with we were tag team partners.
Didn't know that.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah. So and I've always been fine with Alvarez, right? Even though I just didn't like the way he used to bury Russo. That was my only contention I had. And I just disagree with him on some of their takes. But the thing is with him and Dave, because Brian's wrestled before and he's done it. And bro, Brian Alvarez is a far better wrestler than I would have expected. Right. When I worked with him, he was way better than I thought he would be. Right. But because he's wrestled, it's like he understands the nuances of storytelling way better than Dave. Like Dave thinks that a storyline is a guy's attacking a guy in the back and they have a match next week. He says that's that story. And then Brian's like, that's not a story.
Bro, he's been too long.
Right.
Too many great stories to think that way.
Right.
I just cannot. It's very hard for me to comprehend that. Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.